for this final special segment, okay, before we pick the lucky winner. All right, Sensei, can you please tell us more about the process? Again, how do you pronounce that again?
Ho'opono.
Ho'opono.
Yeah.
Ho'opono.
Ho'o is the action.
Okay.
Pono is
action.
right.
Okay.
Make right, more right.
Let's share with us. Typically, like when someone comes to you to go through the process, give us a scenario. What does this person need, and what are the changes this person wants to see?
In general, the person comes to me with already like a problem in mind, something that is really bothering. So is there something that is bothering you?
Something that's bothering me.
Do you have like frustrations, or do you have like anger, or is there like a big emotional something? Fear is something that is happening a lot at this moment.
Got it. Okay, I'm going to actually come up with this scenario. It is a fictitious scenario, so any similarity is purely coincidental. Okay, so maybe just at work, sometimes I think one thing that makes me feel disturbed is sometimes when I actually see the potential of someone to be a lot higher, and I want to push that guy higher, but it seems like some people doesn't seem as driven or motivated as I want them to be. So it's a bit, I would say, frustrating, and sometimes keeps me up at night. Yes.
I think maybe you can share with us in the audience if you relate to this question. I think it's a really good question. It's a really good problem to deal with Ho'oponopono.
Yes.
So my first question would be like, picture a little bit for me what is happening in you.
In me? I just feel maybe, I don't know. I'm supposed to use words to describe, like maybe a bit of disappointment, a bit like, I feel a bit frustrated why I can't make this person motivated and to go to the next level.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you are frustrated because you want this person to go to the next level. So you already see like the beauty and the potential in that person.
Right.
And you are talking to that person as if he or she is already in that potential.
I'm talking to the person as if he or she is already in potential. As I reflect on that, I just want to ask the audience whether you can see a certain relation to what you are facing right now. And you can feel free to ask any questions. If you ask any questions, and we may like act out that particular scenario for you, and we'll use a particular process, Ho'oponopono process to really help you break through in this. So maybe it can be frustration from someone's expectation of you, your frustration from someone, maybe from your teens, from your kids. It can be that area, or it can be stress, it can be sadness. Okay. So
can be all kinds of emotions that are inside.
Can be all kinds of emotions as well.
So what we would go through when we go through the process of Ho'oponopono is really checking in, like, what is in me, what is in you, Sean, creating your expectations of this person. Because your expectations of this person is high, but this person themselves, they are still at this level.
What's wrong with them? Why are they not going to the next level?
Because you're talking to them at this level.
I'm talking to them at this level, but I want them to be at this level.
Yeah, you want them to be because you see the potential, but they do not see their potential yet. And because you speak to them from this perspective, they feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
And then they're like, okay, no, I'm not going there. I like Sean, but I'm not going there. Because this gap is too big.
The gap is too big. So I'm supposed to tell them to go a bit, or how do I do that?
No, you change your expectation.
I change my expectation? I lower my expectation for them?
Yeah, you change your expectation.
Then wouldn't they always stay there and become like salted fish?
No, because that's not what is going to happen, Sean. At the moment that you change your expectation of the person, that person will start to level up. But at the moment that you have that big expectation of the person, then that person feels all the time uncomfortable. It feels stressed. It has all kind of emotional charge that is coming up, which is keeping the person stuck at the same level. So when you are lowering your expectations of that person, you accept the person for who he is at this moment, who she is, and you can love that person for who he or she is at that stage of their life, then from themselves at some point they are going to change. But it's not your job to change them, Sean.
It's not my job to change them.
It's your job to change you.
Change me.
Yeah, it's your job to change your expectations of the person. It's your job to reflect on, oh, okay, what is it that is making me have these big expectations of this person?
Mm-hmm.
When you go and do that little like research in yourself, you will be able to find a way to take that person to the next level. But when you are pushy, that person will retreat.
Okay, actually I got another frustrating scenario. I got a coach who is a Ho'oponopono coach who is trying to make me understand something that I did, and it's very frustrating. Okay, I mean, this is just joking. Okay, so I'm trying to understand. Okay, because I do want that person to go to the next level.
Yeah.
It is just the way that I'm communicating. You're saying that I'm looking at the future, correct?
Yeah.
I need to temporarily, when I'm speaking to the person, understand the person's situation and also accept and also appreciate the person at where the person is.
Yeah.
Even for now.
Yeah.
And after that, slowly guide the person to the portion. Yeah. The gap is not too big.
Because then the person will become open. So there's like a technique that you can apply to yourself.
Okay.
The Ho'oponopono technique.
Okay.
You apply it to yourself to help yourself be at that same level, accept that person on its level.
Right.
So that you can guide it further. Or maybe not even have those expectations to guide it further.
Beautiful.
Because the person is there for a reason.
The person is there for a reason. And the reason
And
is...
you are on your level for another reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason is because I did not push that person enough. No, okay, I'm just again. I think I'm getting a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I do see, like, even some of my coaches tells me that I'm not really totally present at that moment. I'm always thinking in the future, and this is because personally I like that kind of tension. I like to grow.
Yeah.
So I always see myself in the future, and I want to grow. I love the tension, but not everybody works that way. Like different profiling types, different types of scenario. Yeah. So for me, I need to first understand everybody is a little bit different.
That's already a massive change.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when you see everyone is different and you can accept that the person is different, then you are communicating differently with that person.
Okay, I will aim to do that, to really suspend judgment and be in the present. So this is this one portion.
Yeah. So if you would go through the Ho'oponopono as it is known publicly, publicly it's known for 4 sentences. And maybe some people can already help me with in the chat saying the 4 sentences or writing them down. So the one that normally we start with is, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
Yes, very good. I see it in the chat. Thank you so much. So if you would apply that to this situation, Sean, so you could, like, Ho'oponopono is always about yourself.
About myself.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, you're saying that to yourself. You're saying that to your soul. You're saying that to the expectations that you're having.
I'm supposed to say this to myself, not
to the other one.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sorry is also not about you taking on the blame or the guilt of this situation. I'm sorry is really about taking the responsibility of change. So in your case, for example, what would you be sorry for? Not specifically towards this person, but maybe towards the situation or towards yourself?
Towards myself. I'm sorry for adding so much stress to myself. Maybe?
Yeah, because it has an effect on yourself that you want that person to be on a higher level and that you're not achieving that.
Right.
Because you were saying you're frustrated. So I'm sorry I'm frustrated. I'm sorry this situation is frustrating me. Yeah? And then please forgive me is really about your soul. You're saying that to yourself, to your soul. Your soul is the part of you that is guiding you everywhere. But sometimes as a human being, we don't want to see that. We don't want to follow that road, or we are so stuck in our being that we forget that there's also this quality that we can follow as a person.
I just want to ask a question.
Soul quality.
As I'm saying like these 4 sentences to myself,
Yeah.
is there a particular way to do it that makes sense? Example, should I say it in front of a mirror? Should I like imagine, like how do I do it? Because how do I talk to myself? Like, should I like jump from side to side very fast? You know, I mean, how do I do that? Like,
It's a matter of practice. If you want to do it, you can do it in front of a mirror, or you can write about it in a book. For some people that works. Me, when I practice Ho'oponopono, I go on a walk and I just talk to myself. Maybe I'm a bit
You talk to yourself while you're walking.
I talk to myself.
I do hope it's not in a crowded place where people start to, like, what is this
in
person
general,
doing?
I'm in nature when I do
Okay,
my
nature,
walk. So.
got it. Okay, yeah. So
So
okay.
please forgive me. What would be something that you would like to forgive yourself for in this matter of frustration?
I think maybe I want to forgive myself for not realizing certain things sooner, because I feel like, well, if I realized sooner, I wouldn't like add stress to other people, add stress to even myself.
Yeah.
And if I've done that earlier, probably there'll be lesser pain in the process.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to forgive myself for that.
Yeah, and something that would come to my mind is also because I can imagine, I don't know, you tell me, that when you were young, there were people also talking to you on the higher level. And maybe they also were a little bit frustrated. So that frustration is also like sort of like a youth thing that could also make you have higher expectations of other people. Is that something that resonates with you?
I can remember a lot of teachers being frustrated with me, but I'm not too sure whether that connects. Well, possibly. I probably need to think deeper and like reflect. Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So and then the next sentence is, of course, I thank you. So I thank you. I thank myself for what would you be thankful for yourself within this situation?
Maybe thankful for not giving up.
For not giving up, or like having expectations of this person is also because you have a good heart, because you want this person to grow.
Right.
So there are these two aspects of this situation. So you can thank yourself for seeing the beauty in people. And what would you apply I love you to?
As in to myself, correct? You're saying? I guess this is not simple to say, especially in Asian context, in front of like 400 to 500 people. You are like a narcissist to say I love you, correct? I mean, I guess there are certain attributes. Frankly, if I see myself as a separate person, probably I'll do that as a practice as a separate person. I think I do appreciate myself, and I do love certain aspects of myself for really caring about people.
Yeah. Your Ho'oponopono really is about you going inside. It's about you taking that responsibility for what is happening in your life, and that those people that you want to take to the next level, they are in your life because they are your mirror, and they are showing you something in which you could like change your perspective, in which you could grow. So if we start to look at people and situations as a growth opportunity, and apply those 4 sentences to take away all that energy, that frustration, that anger, whatever it is that you're going through, then you are helping yourself to be like a more calmer version of yourself and be more aligned with your soul perspective.
No, I just remember like when we had a panel speaking, Trina was actually sharing the 4Ds process, all right? At certain stages, from denial all the way progressing to depression. This actually seems like the way to sort of like even counter it and swing it upwards. So like if you talk about from denial to being discouraged and all the way to depression, right? This one is a way where you no longer deny. You actually say sorry, I acknowledge it, I'm sorry for this particular thing that I'm behaving right now, and then I forgive myself, and you progress upwards. It's interesting.
Because you change the energy on the situation.
Well, there's a very interesting question by Kiali. What if I have higher expectation of myself and cannot accept performance at current level? I have to accept myself in this current state while finding inspiration for growth. Okay? Oh, interesting. So in Asian. Okay, so now let's reverse this. Now I feel frustrated because I want my, let's say, mentee to grow, not growing as fast enough. But what about the mentee actually is trying to grow, but somehow is not growing fast enough and feels the stress and frustration to grow? So let's replay this again. So if I come to you and I say, I'm super stressed and frustrated. I need to go to this particular level. I need to become a better leader to lead my team, and I'm not there yet. I can't sleep at night. So let's how will you start? By seeing what's inside me.
So what is inside of you that is blocking you from taking the necessary steps for your growth? Because we have all these habits and we have all these patterns that we have learned in life, especially when we were younger kids. And those are sometimes like keeping you small, and they are not allowing you to take those steps in the pace that you as an adult
Right.
would like to do. So when you apply those 4 sentences and you dig a little bit deeper into what it is that is really stuck there,
Right.
and what it is that is charged energy, that is like disturbing,
Right.
then you can, like, it's a self-healing tool. You can heal yourself. It's not the easiest thing to do. Self-healing is not the easiest thing. And Ho'oponopono, practicing it in this way, it demands a little bit of practice.
Right.
So, like I shared before when we were in the panel, I'm having in the coming weeks, I'm having Ho'oponopono group sessions for you to join in and really see what is happening on the stage when we guide the person that is volunteering through this process of Ho'oponopono, and I will be your mirror.
Wow.
And at the moment that I am your mirror, I'm in the loving space, because there's no use in me convicting you or judging you at the moment that you are talking about all these things that are happening in your life. Because all this energy, Sean.
Right. Right.
What is happening in you is happening in me, and I may not be aware of that.
That's so lovely.
So
Yeah.
you
So-
coming on that stage, you are also helping me to become aware of the things that I need to work on. And the same is me, I will be helping you to become aware of what you need to work on. And that's how we co-create.
Wow, this is beautiful,
Yeah.
co-creating. So if
Yeah.
you all could help us to actually post the link again, probably you need some time to search for it, because it's a bonus session. I want to actually summarize, already synthesize what you have shared with me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go through the process again, if in different scenarios. I think it works especially when you have a certain emotion that is affecting the way that you are maybe performing or moving forward.
Yeah.
So first thing, again, look into yourself and identify what is the emotion, exactly what's happening inside.
Yeah.
Is it frustration? Is it disappointment? Is it jealousy? Is it anger?
Yeah.
Identify
Yeah.
the emotion. Second portion, probably is to discover, so identify emotion. Second one is to discover possible messages. Why am I feeling this way? What is it
Yeah, could
trying
be.
to happen?
Could
Is
be,
it?
but that also implies that you would have the chance of rationalizing when you go and do that, because you would do it from your head,
Yes, okay. Don't do it from my head, then do it from...
from your heart. And that is a bit more difficult, because like in our head are our survival systems,
Right.
and our survival systems will always try to make sure that you are safe. So you will not feel like really going there, because your survival systems will keep you from there.
Okay, okay.
So I would rather say, look at situations in which you recognize that you were using those same patterns. Like, for example, when you are frustrated, what is an expression, a bodily expression, or do you raise your voice, or
Possibly.
what do you do?
Yeah, possibly raise my
Yeah?
voice.
So then that is a pattern that you have learned from quite early on. So go back to situations in which you felt frustrated and where you felt like you had to raise your voice. And there is the key. That's the situation, like the younger you were when you started applying that pattern, that is where you can start calming yourself, that system down, calming that pattern down,
Right.
and rewire yourself
Right.
with the tool of Ho'oponopono.
So can I say, even for sometimes in situation like this, again, maybe I'm going too logical. I'm trying to make sense of this, okay? So guys, please forgive me. I forgive myself, okay? I'm sorry, I forgive myself. I'm trying to put things into logical perspective. So I'm just thinking are there certain portions where you raise your voice, but it's not out of control. It's actually on purpose. You feel that it's an effective strategy. So,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I'm going
of
to push all this aside.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to myself. And I don't know what I don't know. So we have this particular link again. Later I will really join and understand more, because you see, there's so many things out there. This is the first time I heard of, not first time, actually I met you before about this term, but first time I hear this in depth.
Yeah.
So do you guys learn something? If you learn something, can you all please help me thank our special sensei, okay, all the way from the Netherlands, okay?
Yep.
Can you help me thank her? Okay, and thank you very much, and I do hope that you guys join the Telegram group. Maybe we'll become classmates, and we start to help to reflect, become each other's mirror, right?
Yeah.
And then the world becomes a lot more, I would say, clearer, a bit clearer than if we're just looking from our perspective.
Yeah, because
Right.
when you are in that frustration, it's consuming, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much.